Hey everybody, this is Allison from Allykatkreations. How is everybody? Sorry I haven't put out a video in a couple of days. Luck would have it that I have a massive infection on the side of my face, that my face was poofy. And because of the limbo that I'm sitting in with my former employer, not signing paperwork, I don't know if I have health insurance. And for the graciousness of people helping me out, someone was very, very kind in providing me some antibiotics. And I know very much about the dangers in doing that. I don't advise it, but I tried calling my doctors. I tried doing everything that didn't cost me any money. And basically all of them were like, no, you got to call the dentist. Call the dentist. You need to come in. Well, I know what the problem is. I need antibiotics. And they refused to do anything for me. So that left me in a crumble. And thankfully, I have beautiful souls who came through for me. And a few days of rest and relaxing my face, I'm a little better. Still hurts, but not my tooth, but up here. So I've been exhausted, and today's episode, I wanted to kind of walk through what's been going on with me besides this mess the last couple of days. It's been a wild ride. So I can contribute a lot of what's been going on with me, also with the Schumann resonance and with the cosmic beautiful flares the sun has been giving us. It's nonstop. Electromagnetic fun, all kinds of crazy shit is happening. And I've been exhausted. And I don't remember where I heard this, but somebody was saying that another medium or a channeler was talking about when you are sleeping and you wake up super exhausted, that means you're probably working upstairs. Now, I'm hoping I'm working with my star family and providing light to the grid, but I don't remember. I have to try, but I don't remember. Usually like a few days after I get snippets of what I should be doing upstairs. But I'm hoping that's the case because I'm wickedly out of it, like most of the day. Gone, done. Not ideal, I promise. But interestingly, the other day, I kept sleeping and taking and like waking up to feed the cats and getting some food, taking the antibiotics and like passing right back out. And in those, I'm having vivid dreams. I'm also receiving a lot of downloads. And one interesting fact about my awakening, 2 years ago, I had what I consider a soul swap, where my higher self entered my body so my poor soul, tortured soul, can go heal. And in doing that, my whole paradigm shifted. Everything I thought was upside down was upside up, and it was crazy. I woke up from my slumber, and not to say that I was always asleep. There was a lot of things I was sleeping to because I had mind control over me. I was watching a lot of TV. I was Netflix and chilling with friends. I did not quite comprehend that that's not good. Not at all. Not at all. And I started literally looking back at my abilities during my life and reassessing where things did not go right and why I had such a difficult life, why I was offset to be different, why I just did not get along with things in life, and why I'm still receiving this difficult, because I signed up for it, duh. But interestingly enough, like I said in other episodes, I did not grow up with religion. Didn't. I was born into Southern baptism. My birth mother, 2 seconds after I was born, was ripped right from her, and I was taken into another room. She never saw me again. Neither did my aunt or my grandmother, who were probably there to support her. They didn't even know what gender I was. And I was shipped up 2 months later after my birth to New York, where my parents were Jewish. And they were not religious, thank the heavens. And not to say that Judaism is bad, it's not. I think it's a beautiful religion, but there's an issue with the books that I'm like now learning more in depth about religion, and the deception that has been placed upon humanity about all religions. It's not just one, the one all be all religion. All of it has been inverted. Yeah. So I did not know the reason why the Talmud and the Torah were two different things. And when I did more deep diving and looking into it, I found my answers, and very scary ones at that. But it led me into another journey into my ascension. The beginning of it is to look at religion as a whole, in totality, and understand why I was given the opportunity to be spiritual and to learn from all and not be stuck in a paradigm of one. So interesting. I had a visitor, and for many of those, many people know that I am a medium. I'm a mental medium. It's different from a physical medium. I'm not completely sure at what route that my mediumship is taking, because I'm still developing. I just can't call on grandma, still can't do it. I do get messages from spirit. So if I energetically know somebody and know the person that has passed, I usually am able to get a message. That doesn't mean I'm able to have a one-way, like a two-way conversation. I'm not there yet. And I'm still working on that. There's a block somewhere and I can't figure it out. But that might not be my path. But I am starting to channel again. When I sleep, I sometimes talk, and sometimes my conversations are not to just talking as a dream, it's channeling something. And I don't really necessarily feel something is entering my body, because that's usually how channeling works. It's your soul stepping aside for another entity to walk in. And I don't really think that's actually the case. I think it's more of a telepathy connection to something higher than me. Now, the scary part about what my week was about, of being out, down and out, having just nonstop exhaustion. I'm still exhausted. I have a very big day tomorrow. I have to figure a lot out. But with all this energy came an unlikely suspect, Archangel Heylel. And I'm going to leave it at that. if anybody knows Archangel Michael and his other half, the light bringer, son of the dawn, came. Yep. And the interesting fact that I can recall this is interesting, but in my vivid dream, he basically was saying that I'm on the right track with my discovering of the old, the deceit, the uncovering of the deceit, and how to bring it into the new galactic fun, because it's all connected. So I'm supposed to eventually, from what the medium said to me, bridge the old and the beginnings and origins to the future. Don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try. And we've been deceived, duped. In my dream, vivid, telepathy, whatever you want to call it, I was basically being shown that I need to read the Enuma Elish, which is inbound in the mail, hopefully by the end of the week, thanks to a friend who's given me a present. Because I have zero income still. It's day 44. And I do want to take this time out to say, if anything resonates with you, please like, share, and subscribe. You'd be helping me out. And I want to thank the friends and the people who have been watching and have been helping me out with donations, love, and prayers. It's crazy. It warms my heart to know that people do actually care about me and that are willing to go the extra mile to help. It's amazing. So in this vivid dream, I was being told what Archangel Heylel is, and it's duality. And what's interesting is I'm finding that a lot of other people are starting to talk about the Lost Gospel of Thomas because of censorship. About the words of Judas. And the deception that is from the Hyperion standpoint. A lot of people are talking about it. Bryce from Esoteric Atlanta had done the Jesus strand, and a lot there has been divulged. And it does get a little political, but it's really, really fun political stuff. They like, what? No way. But I really suggest to go watch that. Secret Blue Tent, I think, has a channel. I think they have that out. Morgue. I love him, her, it, whatever pronoun he goes or she goes by. Amazing channel. Amazing. But a lot of people are starting to talk about these lost scriptures and gospels. And Maria Bernardis as well does a really good job at finding the books. You can find her on Telegram. She actually pins some of the books that you can download into a PDF form. Highly advised. The Essenes. There's a lot of things that were hidden from human eyes for a reason, because they didn't want you to know the truth. They wanted you to just keep on reading the scriptures that the popes that were corrupted wrote. But I was reminded what I've been saying all along, we're all one. Both polarities and dualities. We are good and evil, right? We do really good things in humanity, and then we mess up and we do bad things. It is in human nature. It does not need to be a sin. I know a lot of people comment religious scriptures to me and dictate stuff from the Bible, but my whole purpose is to make you understand there's a lot that you don't know, and it's not because you're unaware. All of us are. These things have been hidden from us for 2,000 years. Why? The people back then knew that that information was going to be burnt and lost forever. They hid it. The Dead Sea Scrolls were hidden. The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Judas, hidden. Because the truth is in there. Yeshua lived. But Yeshua was a part of a social memory complex. The office of the Christ holder, the Christos. He held that office. It's in the Keys of Enoch, the hierarchy, the creator gods. We are creators. We're a fractal of God. We're on the divine stage. Heylel reminded me that his role in the in this universe was to be the adversary, because without the darkness, you would never know how light you are. You would never know the light that's within. You would never be able to shine your light if you didn't know from the darkness, because if you're only love and light, how can you help somebody that's in the darkness? You need to learn from it. And I believe sincerely that everything that has come into my life had a purpose, whether it was for my good or for my detriment. I lost my parents. I lost my birth mother. I lost my uncle and my birth mother to suicide. I lost my father to a horrific disease, scleroderma, right after college. I lost my mom. It's coming up on 4 years. And I had to watch and help her for 13 years suffer. I had to sacrifice my life to help her. And a lot of people don't understand that. Why I'm alone. Every relationship that was abusive needed to happen because I needed to learn from it. And I needed to help other people go through their relationship and see the abuse. So I was reminded that I'm the light within, and I have to go within to find it. And that is a part of the light bringer. The fire within. And I'm curious if he's in Aries. But it was very interesting that I got that. It's been popping up in and around me. On Instagram, on Facebook, and on different platforms. I've been seeing a lot of the light bringer. Very interesting. And then he pops up in my dream. And no, I'm not afraid. Because like the law of one states, and he confirms that we need to be reading that book and learning about the polarity and why it needs to be. That creator made it for a balance. You have to have good and evil. And within that, you find yourself. And then you find the moral key within yourself. We're not perfect, but we're all divine. We're all creators. We are fractals of it all, and we're fractals of each other. Better believe it. So I'm going to go over this really fun list. Again, I don't like to plagiarize anybody, but this is a really good one. It's most common spiritual awakening symptoms. Because a lot of people are awakening. I have it on my phone. Number 1, you feel as though your life is false. That was me 2 years ago. You're craving for meaning and purpose. You begin asking deep questions. Do you know how many rabbit holes I've been through? Holy moly. Thousands, literally thousands of hours in 2 years of researching just about everything. And I found a lot. You realize that a lot of what you've been taught is a lie. Saying it. You feel completely lost and alone. I'm not lost, but I am alone. In the physical sense, because I'm finding this really large community of people who think very much like myself, and it's very refreshing. You feel completely, I already read that. Rewind. You see through the illusions of society. Do you see the matrix? Do you see the mind control? Obey, obey, obey. For something that they want you to have. You see how unhappy most people are. We're in trying times, people. We're in World War III. It's a spiritual battle. And the battle and the war that is occurring in places that you can't see. As above, so below. Literally. You want to purge your life. How many people on social media are like, I'm purging these people off my page because I can't tolerate this crap anymore. On either side, you begin experiencing deep empathy and compassion. Because once you understand that people have been brainwashed and it's not of their doing, that they are asleep to things that are going on in society that, you know, and again, these people can agree to disagree. But what I'm noticing is that a lot of people aren't putting into perspective everybody's viewpoint. I had a lot of people bark at me for my situation that I can't help, and I don't have control over my body like that. I have allergies. Am I going to commit suicide to prove a point? No. I know what upstairs needs me to do, and I'm going to do it. But telling me I'm a germ and I'm going to kill everybody for just being is wrong. I have compassion because you are watching television, which is a program. Tell a lie. The frequency that comes off of that is mushy brain. You desire to be alone. I was actually forced to be alone by spirit. Kicked me in the butt. Said, sorry, we're taking away your favorite family. And that's my best friend's family. And then my best friend left. And I haven't heard from him in a long time. And it makes me sad. But he's not frequencing on my frequency. He's not resonating with me. Things that don't serve you need to be let go. And if they're meant to come back, they come back. That goes with everything. And I can only hope he wakes up. Conversations seem shallow. Not my conversations. They're really in depth. But I have to be very mindful of how I speak to others. Because I am very conscientious. You thirst for authenticity and truth. I walk in my authenticity and I've never been changing that. That's been since I was a little kid. I never ever steered away from myself. And when I tried to fit in, it made it worse. Way worse. You are aware of your old negative habits, especially my thought habits. You experience anxiety and or depression. I would say the last month, I've been on the brink of explosion. I've been on the brink, on the edge of the cliff, and I'm still here. You become more sensitive. Those animal videos, I'm telling you, cute little baby sloths, cute puppies, cute kitty cats. Those are good ones. You want to make the world a better place. Most of my meditations, I envision the earth, whether flat or in a globe form, usually flat. I burst my light through every inch and every part of the densities of Earth because there's more than one that inhabit in our space-time multiverse. You deeply want to understand who you are. There's a lot of people right now that are now finding out about how false things are, and it's not easy to discover that not right, but it's okay. This is a Earth school, and you are constantly learning, and that is a great thing. Your intuition is heightened, and your gut instinct is also more synchronicity. You feel more wonder and curiosity. You start to love unconditionally. Animals, I'm telling you, that's the start. If you can't unconditionally love yourself, start with the animals. You see that we are all one. I've been preaching that for a very long time. Literally for a long time. I've been saying that for a very long time. Everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. But we are all one. And the nonsense needs to stop. The division needs to stop. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everyone, respectfully. It's the polarity and duality of their message that is eating at you. If it eats, if it eats at you, that is the mirror image of what you need to be dealing with. So here is a very interesting read. I'm blind. I really do need glasses. This is not good. At a new me _ A.W. And this is the truth about spiritual downloads. And I'll go more into my downloads in a minute. A download is pretty much an instantaneous influx of information from source. This can come in the form of instant sorry, my teeth are not in a good shape. Realizations, messages, and dreams, saying something someone needed to hear in an exact moment, writing, channeling, a beautiful piece of music, or anything really. In essence, you are basically a channel for divine information that when receiving a download. The way you open yourself up to have this kind of connection with source is 1, continue to raise your vibration. 2, continue to develop your relationship with the universe by communicating with it, asking for signs and solutions. Over time, you'll be able to regularly receive and channel downloads. So 2 years ago, when we were all kind of forced to stay home and be working from home and yada, 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 I had a little bit more time on my hands because I wasn't commuting for 4 hours a day. And in that time, I started getting really interesting videos on YouTube. Like it would come up. I wasn't like a person that had a YouTube account, so I wasn't subscribed. But a lot of this stuff would just randomly boop up, boop. And it would just be videos of like religious stuff and people that were talking about spirituality and the law of one. And I'm like, why am I getting all of this stuff? And who is giving me this information? And why is it appearing on YouTube? And basically, when the meeting was like, oh, you're getting your downloads. Okay. Tell me more. And when I found out that a lot of this stuff was being inputted into me, it was from the interdimensional beings and my star family sending the information to me, but my guides were filtering them. So I was receiving them slowly so I think I can absorb it better. And then my parents or my other 130 spirit guides would pop up the videos that I needed to see so that I understood the information I was getting. And a lot of that information was unconscious. Some of it was conscious, a lot of it unconscious. So a lot of things started to come to me, and the medium had to explain it to me like, no, you got a burst of a lot of information and you have to digest it now. And that's going to take like 6 months. Have fun. Happy studying. So that information, a lot more people are getting right now. And you're going to get in your own unique divine way. Downloads are not easy sometimes because it changes your perspective. And sometimes you're not aware of the signs and the symbols that you need to see. But you can ask your spirit guides to help you filter out that information so that you can swallow it. So, like in my vivid dream, when I was visited, I was basically told I need to start looking again, like in my beginning of my awakening, back at religion, and then connect it to space. Because it's all one and the same. It is. Our cousins and our future selves. Time is a construct of Earth. Doesn't exist. Fabulous read. I got through this in like two days. Welcome to the Future by Megan Rose. It's very thin, but wow. Amazing information. And then my next read, which is Elena Denon, It Will Never Let You Down. And that's a hunky guy named Val Thor. And then I always continue to read The Law of One because it's a very long book. Another book, if I can grab it. I'm not pulling a wasp bay out because a wasp bay is ginormous. The Urantia book. This is going to take me a long time to read. The Keys of Enoch took me 5 months. And that was when I was working. And I'm hoping that I find a job really soon and things align, at least for now. But revealing the mysteries of God, the universe, world history, Yeshua, and ourselves. This was channeled, I believe. Channeled. And so was a wasp bay. Okay, so of course, when I open up the book and this is again like the download, spirit just jumped out at me to say that I need to read this really quick. And I didn't read this, so we're gonna go with it. 60,000 years ago, though the land reptiles were on the decline, the dinosaurs continued as monarchs of the land. That lead now being taken by more agile and active types of smaller leaping kangaroo varieties of the carnivorous dinosaurs. But sometime previously, there had appeared new types of herbivorous dinosaurs. Guys, please mind that my teeth are like trying to fall out of my face. So some words are not going to be pronounced properly, so I do apologize. Whose rapid increase was due to the appearance of grass family of land plants. One of these new grass-eating dinosaurs was a true quadruped having two horns and a cape-like shoulder fang. The land type of turtle, 20 feet across, appeared, as did also the modern crocodile and true snakes of modern time. Great changes were also occurring among the fish and other forms of marine life. This is early land life era. So I guess this goes deep in diving to what has occurred and the stages there within. Here's another one. Administration of the local universe. While the universal father most certainly rules over his vast creation, he functions in a local universe administration through the person of the creator's son. This goes into the keys of Enoch as well. And the law of one. They all don't bridge each other, I promise. The father does not otherwise personally function in the administrative affairs of the local universe. These matters are entrusted to the creator son and to the local universe mother spirit to their manifold children. The plans, policies, and administrative acts of the local universe are formed and executed by this son, who's in conjunction with his spirit associate delegates executive power to Gabriel and jurisdiction authority to the constellation fathers, system sovereigns, and planetary princes. And then it goes into Archangel Michael. Who also, by the law of one and the keys of Enoch, is the archangel that is designated over this solar system. But in a lot of these channeled works, Michael of Nabodon, is that Nabu? And it's interesting to see when I do read this in full, if Michael's other half is here, because he does not like his name that us humans call him. Why? Because it's used in the wrong ways. It's been inverted. But the problem is, which he was giving me the ultimate in my vivid dream, that saying that basically I'm right, that Satan and Lucifer are two separate beings. And what is worshipped in the church in Italy, we know which one that is. And when they sing Lucifer, that's not exactly what they're calling upon. It's a light bringer, yes, but it's inverted. And they're really talking about Satan. They're not talking about the light bringer, the actual light bringer. All these deities have multiple names. And in those multiple names, things get lost in translation. They didn't want you to know that Heylel is just a part of the duality and polarity of Michael. Playing a role in Creator's divine world, divine source. Not what everybody wants to know, right? But yeah, I'll be doing some reading off of the Urantia book when I can get deep diving more into this goodie. But yeah, I really wanted to just express my utter thank you to everybody who's been liking and watching my content. I really thank you. I recorded tonight pick a deck oracle reading. So I have one of the decks, the Shaman Dreams. So I showed you there. Let's see what the first card is. Magician's Sword. So I showed you 3 different decks and I read from 3 different decks, but on top of that, I added more and more and more. So it's not just one deck reading and 3 cards. It's 3 different decks, 3 different reads, and then I pulled from different decks 1 or 2 cards to get an overall like feel for everything. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be doing private readings. You can email me because they're more intense. But I just wanted to share what's been going on, why I haven't done a video. My face is not as puffy. I can move my face. I could talk without it really bothering me. Very thankful for the people who are helping me out. It's getting really, really, really scary. And I'm trying not to let it bother me. I'm trying to be calm. I'm trying to put the love and light out into the universe. I've been trying to meditate and go within. I'm severely exhausted almost every day. I will get my answer on to why. I'm trying to take care of myself as best as possible. I don't know. But I'm not alone in this journey. By far, I'm not. So I want to ask everybody if you can like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I now will do a pick a card, pick a deck once a week if I have the time to, if I'm feeling okay. Private readings, I will leave my email in the comments below. If anything resonates with you, to give me a prayer, to put out the energy that things will be okay for me, that all this waiting and being patient is going to pay off at some point, that things are going to come my way. And other people who are in the same situation, put it not just for me, put it for everybody. And remember, if you're starting to get all these downloads and you're feeling spiritually funky, a full moon is incoming on the 19th. Set your intentions, spread gratitude where you can. Write in a journal. Doesn't hurt. There's a lot of people who do tarot card readings on YouTube for free. Definitely check that out. It's been helping me learn the tarot. But also, there are messages that do resonate with me that I absolutely need. I don't read myself often. And that's not because I don't want to know. It's just because if I knew what needed to be done, it would be done by now. I don't get to really have the luxury of reading for myself. I don't think most readers can, but I'm still developing. But I want to wish everybody a great week. Pray for me. If you have it within your heart and resonate with my work to donate anything, a love donation is great. You can PayPal.me. AllyKatzkreations211. Venmo at AllyKatzkreations211. You can email me at AllyKatzkreation@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook at AllyKatzkreations. You can find me on Instagram at AllyKatzkreations. And on there, I do some reels and I put some really fun background music on, and I show you some book sections that are flashing out at me. And I like to share it with people. So I do that there. Sending all of you love and light into the universe. Praying for everybody. Praying for this war to end. Praying for things to start happening in the public. Because I'm not crazy. And remember, if any of this disturbs you, and I'm pulling at your strings, especially the religious stuff, that's okay. It really is. It's okay. Go find those books. Go read them. Not everything is going to resonate with you. That's okay. But have an open heart. And don't judge. We're all here in the same experience. We're all one. Remember that. Raise your vibrations. I'll see you guys soon.